Imagine landing in London only to be stranded at 2:30 a.m. because your Airbnb lockbox won't work. Sounds like a nightmare, right? Well, that's exactly what happened to Brandon Lee, and his story has taken the internet by storm. In this video, we'll dive into Brandon's horror story, the explosive reaction on social media, and the crucial lessons every Airbnb host needs to learn. Hey everyone, I'm Brandon Meyer, and I own a portfolio of Airbnb properties around the country. I'm always preaching that the guest experience is everything in this business, but today we're talking about a different kind of experience, one you definitely don't want to happen to your guests. And funny enough, it happened to another Brandon. Brandon Lee thought his stay in London would be smooth, but things quickly went south. After a delayed 3-hour flight, he messaged his host about the late arrival, only to be hit with a strange late check-in fee. He finally reached the property at 2:30 a.m. in pouring rain, only to find the lockbox wouldn't open. Imagine the frustration and helplessness. By 4 a.m., with no response from the host, he was forced to find a last-minute hotel, drenched and exhausted. Not exactly the warm London welcome he was expecting, but hey, it's London. What was he expecting? Sunshine? Frustrated and drenched, Brandon took to social media, sharing his ordeal on Twitter. The post exploded, gathering over 54 million views. He started with a simple tweet that painted a vivid picture of his night. It's 2:30 a.m. in London, flight delayed 3 hours, raining. I messaged our host that we're going to miss the check-in window. There's a fee. Weird since it's self-check-in, but okay. We get to the Airbnb and the lockbox doesn't work. Rain, rain. His detailed thread continued, describing his struggle and frustration. I messaged the host to escalate. Too bad. You missed your check-in window. Okay, but what about the conversation about us coming in late? We changed our lockbox code after the check-in window. But what about our combo? At this point, I get in touch with Airbnb help. I walked them through the whole situation. I have a simple ask. Please refund me. Please cover my last-minute hotel costs. Please investigate if this is fraud. Their response is classic. I can contact the host and ask if they're willing to refund you. After all this, it's at their discretion. I ask about AirCover. Isn't this what the big announcement was about? Sorry, it's against our policy. Wasn't AirCover supposed to be the policy? In a further tweet, he says, update, it's 9 a.m. I wake up to check on the status. 4:30 a.m. supervisor writes back, I'm sorry, we have reached out to the host and there are no other mechanisms for handling support at Airbnb help. 5 a.m. As I have not received a response from you, I am closing this case. Update number 5. Finally, someone at Airbnb who can help. Airbnb is sending a full refund. They've even offered to cover my next stay. Obviously, this is a happy solution for me, but one thing that's become obvious today is how many others have had similar issues with no resolution. It looks like these tweets resonated with many, and soon others started sharing their own similar horror stories with the same host. Update, in the last 5 hours, I've had 2 people DM me that they've had the same experience with the same host. One even had receipts, increasingly looking like a fraudulent ring of 20+ London flats. Surely, Airbnb will investigate. The floodgates opened. Other users chimed in with their own nightmare stories. My Airbnb host dumped my reservation after I landed on a holiday. No hotels were available. Turned out to be a fake listing. I had to sleep outside with family for a night. They also refused to compensate me a single penny. I've never in my life heard of a rental charging extra money for a late check-in, especially given it's a self-check-in. There's no reason for it other than greed. How does Airbnb even allow that as a host policy? Brandon Lee's post even prompted a response from an Airbnb spokesperson. We're disappointed to hear about your guest experience, and we have provided them with a full refund and a voucher, as well as offered support with reimbursement for alternative accommodation. The host has been suspended as we investigate. From this incident, there are crucial lessons every host should learn. First, taking care of your guests is paramount. This means being responsive, transparent, and proactive in addressing any issues that arise. Ensuring a smooth and welcoming check-in process is a fundamental part of this. As hosts, we need to go above and beyond to make sure our guests feel valued and comfortable. This includes being available for support at any time, especially during emergencies. A little effort in communication and support can turn a potential negative experience into a positive one. Additionally, we cannot ignore the immediate impact of social media. A single negative experience can broadcast to millions in a matter of hours, as we've seen in this case. Always strive to provide a positive experience to avoid negative publicity. In today's digital age, word of mouth spreads faster than ever. One disgruntled guest story can quickly become a viral sensation, affecting future bookings and tarnishing your reputation. Stay vigilant and address complaints swiftly to mitigate any damage. On the flip side, a beautiful experience can also go viral. Happy guests sharing their positive experiences can boost your profile and attract more bookings, reinforcing trust in the Airbnb platform. Think of each Airbnb listing as its own hotel, with the only difference that one bad host can tarnish the reputation of all hosts. Maintaining the high standard across the board is essential for trust and success of the Airbnb platform. Every host's actions reflect on the community as a whole. We must upload a consistent level of quality and service to ensure that guests have a confidence in choosing Airbnb for their stays. This means regular maintenance, clear communication, and commitment to hospitality. This approach not only prevents negative experiences, but also creates opportunities for standout positive reviews and loyal returning guests. Lastly, I want to share my personal experience as a host with AirCover, Airbnb's protection program. It's definitely not perfect for guests and certainly not for hosts. I've had my fair share of struggles getting reimbursed for damages caused by guests. The support ambassadors often seem to follow a script and stick strictly to the book. If your situation doesn't fit neatly within that manual, you might not get reimbursed, even if the circumstances are clearly unjust. For instance, we've had guests come in and destroy parts of our home, yet Airbnb would only cover certain items and not fully reimburse us for the damages. It's a significant challenge, and it's important to be aware of these limitations when hosting. Brandon Lee's story is a stark reminder of the importance of reliable hosting and the power of social media. As hosts, we must ensure a smooth, welcoming experience for our guests and be prepared to handle any issues that arise. One bad experience can go viral and impact the entire platform, but positive experiences can also spread quickly and build trust in the Airbnb community. If you thought this was crazy, you need to hear about Dr. J's 542-day nightmare with a squatter. Click the link to watch the full video and learn how to protect your Airbnb from freeloaders. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell for more stories and tips. We'll see you on the next one.